We're just we're just testing the broadcast.
Okay, hello and welcome to the second day of the gold and silver medal event at Headland Budderum. We're going to be watching on court 1 Jamie play Gary. Jamie had 2 losses yesterday, Gary had 2 wins, so at opposite ends of the spectrum starting this, but I'm sure that Jamie and Gary will play a really tight game. I've just got to answer a question, hold a sec.
No, bit of information for you. Okay. A fair discipline difference in the start corner.
Yep.
So both players have agreed to play a metre out of that corner along the southern boundary, not up the eastern. Okay.
Southern boundary. Okay. Yeah. No worries. Cool.
You're doing that for every set of players.
Yep. Cheers. Thank you. Okay. So still going. So we have a few little bits of news about the place. We've got warm weather again today. The hot weather protocol apparently for Queensland is we trigger at 35 degrees, but it's not expected to get past 29, so that shouldn't be an issue. There seems to be very little breeze at the moment, or it's a nice little puff now, which is good. I've just been told that court 1 has been declared to have a bit of indifferent surface in the starting corner, so the players will be starting an extra metre out of that semicircle along the south boundary. So that'll be happening when we start play, and that happens for every game during the event, not just this one. We've got Liz Fleming as the referee on this lawn, sitting over in the Russell Court shelter. There's a bit of background noise probably because of the very busy road between us and what appears to be the cricket field, with a very aptly named entrance which says Cover Drive. It says very good. Karen is going to be doing the filmography, for want of a better word, and the scoring. I'll just try to do the commentary, and I'm also going to be doing cowing analysis of the game at the same time, so you'll hear me do that a lot, clicking the counter. Don't be put off by that. Did a cowing analysis whilst I was in the airport yesterday, watching the live stream on the then video. For the first game yesterday between Ross and Gary, Gary coded in at 84%, which is world class, and Ross was unfortunately a lot lower at 52%. But they evened up a bit in the second game, which I haven't finished doing because I had to catch a plane. So while we're waiting for things to happen, it appears Gary's won the toss. He's got blue and black. So Jamie obviously has the others. We're probably about 5 minutes from a start. And later today, don't forget, if you're involved, to tune into the Cooks River Croquet Club's Croquet Chats. Thursday the 29th, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. We've got Malcolm Fletcher talking about why play croquet and focusing on encouraging younger players. And that's following on from the sequence of events we've had so far, where Gary did one on organising competitions. I did one on the history of croquet, probably bored everybody senseless. And then Karen, Jamie's mum, did a croquet and health section. We're going to be dabbling with the sport risk classification figures during the course of the event here, just trying to get a more accurate one for croquet. So have you got Caroline doing that today? Running around with the temperatures and the wet and dry bulbs and stuff. Okay, so we're keeping a record of temperatures and humidity and trying to work up a croquet based sports risk classification rather than having to use one borrowed from another sport. Yep, we're using the extreme heat policy issued by Sports Medicine Australia of 2021.
We're not using it. We're using it for the data collection.
Yep. So when we say using, it's only for data collection, not for the tournament. Queensland and ACA rules are in charge of that. Yep, so don't forget to tune into Croquet Chats tonight if you're on the Croquet Chats system, and if you're not and you want to join in, contact Angela Meyer or Georgina Carnegie at Cooks River, and sign yourself up and you can watch all the replays of different aspects of croquet. We've got Alison Morm coming in on the 17th of September to do one as well. She's a UK-based player and coach with an active social media following.
I'll just wait till I get the temperature. I'll just measure the temperature every half hour. That's why I look every now and again.
So Gary played on this lawn yesterday in the first game against Ross. He's just given me the death stare because I'm talking about him. This apparently is Ross's home club, but Gary managed to cope with the lawns a bit better than Ross yesterday. And I'm told that this court 1 has character. The balls seem to swing around quite a bit, approaching some of the hoops. So the gold medal is the first event of the 4 events that's going on over the next 10 days or so. Following on from this, we've got the men's and ladies singles running at the same time at different venues, all through the Sunshine Coast region. And then the Interstate Shield for the last 5 days, also at various venues around the area. So some of these players are going to be here for the whole duration of the event. And it's pretty, it does feel pretty warmish where I'm sitting. So it could be quite a challenge over the course of the event. Saturday's forecast, certainly for Brisbane, is for 37, so I think it's going to be about 34 up this way on Saturday, so maybe the heat policy might have to be looked at, which would be annoying because there's already issues with loss of daylight at about 5:30, and we're away in the first game, and Gary's on with blue and beautifully placed in front of hoop 1. Gary's positioning yesterday in the first game was excellent. So Jamie's a bit short with red. So I've got to remember to do everything here and like make some comments, click the clicker, write stuff down. Oh, it's very onerous. Okay, black comes on, sneaks past red, and another excellent ball in front of the hoop. So Jamie probably needs to shoot and hit something here.
No, I didn't realise that start.
Yep, shooting and missing on the right of blue. So blue and black are both placed in front of the hoop. We expect to see Gary take the hoop on here with blue because black isn't obscured from hoop 2. And makes hoop 1 for the 1-0 lead. So, red first ball down to hoop 2. Looks a good pace, and it's curling back quite nicely. Yeah, very nice shot. So Gary wasn't obscured to hoop 2 by the hoop 1, but he might be obscured by his own blue ball, which appears to have kicked a bit right after he ran the hoop. So he's had to go left of blue. It's a nice length, and it's rolled away left. Still, I wouldn't fail that on the cowing, but I probably would fail yellow though because that one's gone past. So what I do with the cowing analysis is I'm making my own assumptions about whether things are good or bad. I try to err on the good side if it's doubtful. It's a nice shot by Gary. He's picked off the red with blue, which leaves black in the commanding position at the hoop. So sometimes you have to make a few little assumptions about tactics, although I try not to code tactics so much. It's just about the raw data, because the collection of the data is mainly pitched back as a coach at players who aren't at the very top level, although I do provide feedback to everybody. So we got red shooting at black. A very good shot of the line here, and that's excellent. Perfect. So some nice shooting there from both blue and red. Yeah, and doing the counting analysis makes me quite invested in watching the game, because you don't get distracted so much. People tend not to want to come and interrupt you and have a chat, and you pay much more attention to what's actually going on, and as a result you often see where the game changes and when the game turns. And well, there's a great shot, but it's bounced out of the hoop. So first game yesterday between Gary and Ross, as I said, was a huge disparity in the what I coded as the success rate, which is probably the biggest disparity I'd ever seen. You have to be fairly committed to the cause when you're doing the counting analysis, because you see a lot of games which are very samey, even though the positions aren't perfectly the same, of course. And as an offshoot of the counting analysis, I also record the number of shots it takes to run hoops, and whether hoops are run back to back by the same side, just to see if there's any trends there. Well, there are trends, but definitely not positive ones. If anybody wants to know those figures, I'm happy to send them. I've done over 400 games now, so it's a lot of croquet. So red had to go at the hoop from distance and failed, and has bounced a long way away, and black should now clear yellow, and has. Leave blue as the runner. So good solid start from Gary in particular here. We've got a small number of interested spectators, mainly locals. There's a little Tasmanian entourage downstairs watching Ben on court 2. So yellow's coming in. Just misses blue. Gary's got a cloth out there with him now to wipe the face of his mallet. He should make hoop 2 from here. Don't like to preempt tactics and things. He may choose to jaws it. I can't see why, but you never know. He's run the hoop. So 2-0. So with the counting analysis and the hoop running that runs with it, so in this game so far, blue ran hoop 1 on the 5th shot of the game, and blues run hoop 2 on the 12th shot, the 17th shot of the game, and the 12th shot in battle for hoop 2. So that's the sort of stuff I look at. Generally, hoops are turned over around about the 12 hoop mark, which would seem to be about the right amount of interaction between players. There are a lot of 5s, it's the most common, but that's often no interaction if it's turned over at 5 shots. and usually indicates that the conditions are relatively trivial, and the players were very good at positioning straight away with the first ball down. So red's a good red, and black is short and to the side. Yellow is also short. But in the cowing analysis, coding yellow is an interesting one because it's on the wedge, but only just. So, and because I go for the positive, I would say that that's successful. So Gary's having a shot at red, I would think, and he's got it. Got it enough. So he hasn't taken red out of the play, obviously, but he has made it not a runner, and opens it up for black to then also deal with red if required. So red's just taken a slightly deeper position in the hope that if black takes it on, it will suck black away from the hoop. Got to be careful of doing two things at once, then remember to click. Another little offshoot of keeping the shots and the hoops is there. So if somebody plays the wrong ball, it becomes pretty obvious because I've suddenly got the wrong balls playing it, they're on the wrong shot numbers. Okay, so Gary's gone for a clearance on yellow, but hasn't got black out of the lawn. So yellow could turn around and power black away fairly easily here if it chooses to, and looks like that's what's going to happen. I have heard the Egyptians say that that's the worst shot in golf croquet, is when you clear your opponent to the boundary and your ball doesn't go to the boundary itself. And then this happens to you, although that was probably not as severe as could have happened. Not clicking again. Another thing that keeping the strokes does is when at the end, when I'm adding up the shots in the cowing analysis, it should add up to how many shots they've taken in the game. So Jamie's taken on the hoop with red and failed. Black will probably take position maybe wide from red. I don't think it is though. A little bit hard to tell from here. We're kind of sitting a little bit skewed to the line of the court. Looks like yellow's taking on the hoop as well and hit the other leg and gone the other way. So the good thing about statistics is on average Jamie got that hoop, one miss to either side. Yeah, so blue has come into an interesting position. I think possibly was trying to block red on black and didn't quite get there, although Jamie's taking a long time to look at this, so maybe it has got something in the way, or maybe something of the hoop is in the way. No, I think it's just trying to plan a few shots ahead. And a nice little clearance. Hold position at the hoop. But blue is there to take care of red, so one would think that Gary will just bring black in, what I call playing the triangle. So just bring black in as a runner and let blue take care of red. So which means that yellow really has to hit something. It doesn't really matter which one it hits. Probably would prefer to hit blue, but would happily take black, or maybe both. It's managed to get through the gap in between there somehow. So for the record, the fastest turned over hoop is obviously 0 shots, where somebody runs 2 hoops in 1 shot. Obviously that's going to happen at the up and downs like 1 and 2, 3 and 4. and not across the lawn. Nice clearance by Gary. The longest battle for a hoop that I've seen in all the carrying I've done is 72 shots, which was in a doubles game at Canley the last time they had the doubles there. So Jamie's taken a slightly deeper defensive position because Black is obviously not a runner. And if Blue wants to clear Red, it's only clearing it to the short boundary. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and predict that Gary will do exactly what he did, put Black in front of the hoop, and then he's possibly going to give Red a snuggle. Unless he gets a lot of cut with Blue on Red, that's assuming Yellow hasn't hit something. He will probably, well, there's a lot more value in probably snuggling Red and denying Jamie any sort of shot than there would be hitting it to the boundary and letting Jamie have a shot at Black. But as it turned out, Yellow's taken the shot at Black and cleared it. So we're just on the 7 yards, that one. It does open it up for Gary to have a ping at the hoop with Blue, and when you're 2-0 up, you might as well have a go. And he's bounced back as well. So it's good to take on the hoops when you see them, but clearly it's better to take on hoops when you're closer to them. So Jamie's got a much straighter shot this time, and that's the one. So that's a very nice shot and gets on the board. So Red on shot 38. So they exchanged 21 shots at that hoop. And Red's actually gone to a beautiful position down in front of hoop 4 as well. So Black has opted to try and get between Red and the hoop and has drifted past to a pretty unhelpful position. So I expect to see Yellow double up, and it is, but it was a bit short. And Blue now may or may not have a double of Red and hoop, and certainly needs to have a shot at that, I would think. Yep, picked it off, very nice. So Gary's shooting's been excellent so far in the game. So when Gary's playing well, that zigzag handled mallet keeps him very straight. The thing about Gary is if he's bombing hoops, he doesn't miss the hoop completely. He'll bounce back and seems always to be in a position that's useful. Whereas a few of us would tend to miss the hoop completely and take all the pressure off. So Jamie's brought Red back in, and then Gary's brought Black back in. I think that probably Yellow here is going to remove the Black, as Blue is close enough to remove Red after this. Yep, nice shot. So I said before, if you watch the game closely when you're doing the coding, you can often see where the game changes, and these two players are both very good and relatively evenly matched. But when you see the top players play a, for want of a better term, weaker player, the hoop 4 is often where the game changes. Probably not rocket science to be able to figure that out. So Jamie is now attempting hoop 4 for a to square the game up at 2 all. Just bounces out, possibly just overhit that just a little bit. When you're on a turning hoop, you just really want to make the hoop. You don't need to power out to the boundary. When you make an odd numbered hoop, you've got a hoop in front of you, so it's nice to power through the hoop up towards the next one, but because when you're turning out of an even numbered hoop, you know, being on the boundary is good. It gives you a bit more angle, but just getting through is fine because you're still coming in to the next hoop fairly easily. That's a nice recovery shot by yellow. So a lot of interchange at this hoop, but Gary's slowly starting to steal position. Oh, there's a few more of Team Tasmania wandering past, going down to support Ben. See the local MP's got a marquee in the background there. Alright, so Jamie's just done a little clearance. So the clearance on blue, which was the nearest runner of the two, leaving black the further runner to have a ping at the hoop, and has failed. So really all you can do in a situation when your opponent's got two runners against you is attempt to get rid of both of them if you're not in a position to run the hoop yourself, or perhaps take out the one that's closest just to increase the odds of failure, and that's worked on this occasion. You can't play for the other person to fail, but you know, it is always an option. So obviously you don't have statistics in front of you, I do. So that's now 6 attempted hoops by Jamie for only 1 success. He's supposed to be being supportive over there, not giggling. So Jamie took on the hoop with red and failed again. Stayed close, but blue is clearly a runner, and black is now going to defend blue by doing something with yellow. Has gone for distance, possibly a block. This is an interesting one for the counting analysis, whether to code that as a block or not, because I cannot tell from here whether it is. And I don't like to wait until the next shot to try and see what the outcome was. So the way Jamie's lining up tends to indicate that it's not a block, so we'll just go with a successful clearance for Gary there. Yep, so it wasn't a block. Yellow has managed to hit blue, but unfortunately yellow has not sent a ball that has vanished into the distance, and blue has not really been materially affected. But taking on the hoop and leaving red an easy clearance is not a good plan, so Gary's gone for a defensive option of getting into where red may or may not have a backswing to do anything about the blue. Red's taking out black. So we expect to see black come back in front of the hoop. He may try to bunt blue on the way through, but I suspect probably not. Just take good position. It's not great position. Drifted a bit left. It's probably, well, it's definitely not a runner. which is allowing yellow back in. So yellow's come back in a little bit deeper. So the plan here will be blue is going to hit yellow, but yellow's there to try and drag blue a bit further away from the hoop when it does get hit. And that's worked, because blue is not centre balled and has vanished into the distance itself. Okay, so red has repeated the dose and come into a deeper running position. So black's choices lay a really good block. Don't think it can jaws from there, or turn around and clear red. And again, if it doesn't centre ball, it's effectively clearing itself. Positioning is more appealing. It looks a little wide, but you know, it's got to be dealt with. So with blue way out of the picture here, one would think that this is a chance to do the triangle that Gary did up at hoop 3, and that's to bring yellow in, disregarding black, make it the runner, and then red will clear black in the next shot. That seems to be the plan. Blue has not attempted to hit anything, and it's just come into a pseudo running position. So red's choice now is to clear black, which was the original plan, or take on the hoop. So clearing black is the go, I would think. Yep, very nice. Maybe got the wire black at yellow, but yellow does look a little bit left of the hoop as we look at it, so perhaps black can see it. So we've got black carefully lining this up. Oh, no, just coming in. That's interesting. Maybe it couldn't see yellow. Anyway, it's bounced off the leg to a reasonable position, but yellow should run the hoop before black can do anything else. So a little bit of tilt on the mallet to try and get some spin, and got plenty of spin, but it hit a leg and bounced away. So the first 3 hoops of this game took 38 shots, and this hoop so far has taken 30 shots. So nearly half the game has happened right here in front of us. And that's a hoop to Gary.
Open up the gate, Jill. Okay. Is this the key? Well, is it your key to get in the building?
Another little offshoot benefit of keeping the number of shots and when the hoops are run is it can be useful for management of tournaments to figure out how many shots are played in an average game per minute, and then work out your time limits for your events based on that, so that you're giving people a reasonable amount of play for their money. We had one club in WA who were running doubles on a 45-minute time limit, which meant people weren't getting a whole lot of shots, and then they were double banking and not stopping the clock for the double banking. So one game we calculated that a player would have only got 11 shots in the game, which is not very good value for your entry fee. So all three balls have gone into a position. So expect that blue is going to do something about red here, otherwise this will be one of those 5-shot quick turnovers of a hoop. Okay, and blue has hit, so that's a nice shot. And blue has also gone most of the way to hoop 6, so black is a pretty good position to run the hoop if red misses, but even if it was in a slightly dodgier position, it'd be well worth taking on when you're 3-1 up and you've got a live ball most of the way to the next hoop as well. So there's a lot of people milling around on the next lawn down. Is there something going on down there? Jamie's just done enough to defend the hoop for now. So that's a good save there because it's taken away the runner for 5 and the chance of a really good position at 6 straight after. Nice shot by Gary to clear and hold position. There is scope to put stop shots in for the cowing analysis, but there's not a lot of value in trying to distinguish stop shots from normal clearances. So I try to put a stop shot down as one actually where the ball actually pretty much stops dead. So black did skim off a little bit, so it's a successful clearance, but I won't call it a stop shot. Gary just once again just slowly building control. And there's definitely some consternation about something going on down on the other lawn. A lot of people gesticulating and standing around. Oh, that's a nice little double clearance of sorts. There is a scope to put others in on the cowing analysis, so I actually put those down as others because it is a clearance, but it's also a little bit of other stuff's gone on in the shot. So Jamie's played red, cleared black and blue, and actually has wired black from red and yellow. So black can't see red through the hoop, and black can barely see yellow through blue. That was a gift that keeps on giving, that shot. So Gary's really only a good attempt to move black a little bit move blue a little bit with black and try and take away the desire for Jamie to kill the blue off. And maybe a bit of collateral damage might have been to move another ball. That's a good result. If you're behind and you want to catch up, then often jawsing and going for 2 hoops in a row is a good plan. A few shots behind here. So it's a successful jawsing, and that's forcing Gary into a longish jump shot with blue. Red is on the line of the jump shot as well, so you've got to be careful where you bounce this. It wasn't a bad effort, it just touched yellow. Yellow did definitely move, so that's made blue onside. But it has failed in its goal, which was to jump the hoop. So yellow is technically jawsed, but a little bit out. Black could get yellow out. So red's got to decide here on doubling up, peeling yellow, or clearing black. Lots of options. Blocking. Looks like it's just a double up where red can possibly see the next hoop. I'm going to have to pique my curiosity and ask somebody a question. Do we know what's going on down on the other lawn, Karen? Do we know is there some sort of a drama down on the other lawn? Or there's a lot of people standing around and nobody's playing. And well, I thought I heard somebody mention an ambulance before. I wonder if somebody, one of the spectators, has keeled over or something. Maybe just ask Patsy who's wandering up this way. So play's continuing between Ed and Ross down on lawn 3, but lawn 2 has definitely come to a halt, and there's a lot of people on the lawn who probably don't need to be there. And Gary just holding up while Karen runs past. Now Patsy's coming back the other way through his line of aim. Oh, nice shot by Gary. Just has managed to unjaws the yellow. Not enough to probably materially affect the outcome, but still a technically successful shot. Now it's probably a good thing that Karen's gone down there to the other lawn, because if there is a medical situation, she is the medical officer for Croquet Australia. And Jamie in the meantime has run hoop 5 with yellow. It's for 3-2. 3-2 to Gary. And Gary's ball was clearly onside down in corner 2 after skimming off yellow when he tried the jump shot, and he's come back to position at hoop 6 reasonably well. And now red's just coming down, also to a reasonably good position. Hello. What's happening on the other court?
Jack's wife collapsed.
Jack. Oh, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I called the ambulance.
Right.
We've got her lying on the ground with 2 ex-nurses and a doctor down there, so...
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So she's all right.
So Patsy's just come back with the news that Chelsea Williams has unfortunately passed out down there on that other court watching the game, and she's being medically attended to. Hopefully that's nothing too serious. But all due care is being taken at the moment. In the meantime, Gary has attempted to make hoop 6 with blue and has bounced out.
She wants her khaki here somewhere. Just khaki.
Karen's?
Yes.
I do not know. You'll have to rummage.
Get her medical kit out of the car.
Okay, you'll have to rummage around in there to find a set of keys. Try the black bag. Try the black bag there.
Little black bag.
No, that's the sunglasses in that one. That bag you've got your hand on now. Yeah.
That's all I could, but no. They're trying to...
Okay, so
No, I don't.
a little bit of fussing around going on.
It's a rental car. So I don't know whether she put it on there.
Yeah, just turn everything over and try not to touch the camera or the... Okay, Jamie's just run hoop 6. Ties the game up at 3-all. Yellow just got that hoop, so it's 3-all. So we've got Gary taking position at the next hoop. We've got no cameraman at the moment because obviously more important things are happening. Did you try that bag? Did they find the keys? Oh, okay, rightio, no worries. Sorry?
Well,
said, yeah, someone's collected. She said, yeah, but I'm a doctor. I went, no one had remembered.
Nobody bothered to come up, yeah. Anyway, we're on to it now.
Jamie's got the last two, is that right?
Correct. Jamie's got the last 2 hoops to tie it up at 3-all. Do you want to be camera person for a while then? No. Okay, so yellow's taken a shot from just over 7 yards. And missed. So Gary's now clearing red with blue, holding positions. That is a stop shot. So Gary has control of the hoop again. Unfortunately, I'm without a camera person, so I don't know what you're seeing at the moment, if anything. Jamie's taken the long shot, hoping to pick off one or both of those 2 balls that have camped in front of hoop 7 and has missed. So one would think that Gary will possibly, because he's playing black next, possibly maybe jaws this or block yellow at blue. It's probably not a very good idea to run this hoop because blue can't see the next hoop. And he has jaws black, which is good. Does allow yellow a chance to get black out, but you have to make that decision based on what you think you can do with the blue ball. Percentages would be in your favour if you're blue and black. And leaves Jamie with a big dilemma here because a yellow hitting black doesn't necessarily deny blue the hoop shot. So Jamie is going to concede the hoop and go to half point, which is a successful and sensible thing to do in the situation. That's 100 shots in the game.
Rental car key.
Yep, cheers, thank you. Now go and calm yourself down because you stand a bit stressed there. Yeah. Hopefully I don't sound too disassociated from what's going on the other lawn because I really don't know. I don't want to speculate. I'm sure it's under control. I'm sure it's also probably serious, but we don't want to speculate too much on that either. Back on this lawn, black has run hoop 7 well down to a commanding position at hoop 8. Takes a 4-3 lead. So Jamie again has a little dilemma here, can just play yellow down and hope to pick off black with red, which is the option that's being taken. Could also have tried to promote red down with yellow, or just hit black away now. Taking position is obviously easier. Gary's got very lucky there that his blue has drifted a little bit, but it's nicked red and straightened it back up again and brought it down to the front of the hoop. So red now is attempting to hit black. Might want to have a bit of, probably should have had a bit more of a look at this because I think black could be blocked on yellow by blue and it could also be slightly blocked on the hoop. Anyway, doesn't matter now because Jamie's hit everything again. So hit black and blue, and red has bounced onto the leg and sat just in front of the hoop. So black will probably clear yellow. Blue doesn't have an in off, but it will probably take care of red. So yellow will need to do something about blue. Okay, so I've got an ambulance turning up now on the other lawn. Some impatient motorists driving around it. I probably should have been a bit more patient and waited. Yellow can get blue here without moving red, that'd be a great result. Unfortunately, yellow's missed blue and taken out red, which is a terrible result. Blue here can run because red's offside, or it could choose the jaws as well and maybe play black onto blue and try to get black legally across to the next two. So red will have to come back from the offside position. Doesn't like to look at the shot at blue, so it's just going to very defensive position beyond the hoop. Now Gary's just looking at blue. He's not going to play it because he's just been told by the referee that's the wrong ball, but he's just said, I'm just looking at where I want to hit it with black. So black will attempt to peel blue whilst skimming off and has missed it completely. So that's an interesting one. I'm going to call that a failed attempt to run the hoop because you were trying to peel blue through. Also went very softly on that and allowed the line to take over. Perhaps should have powered that up, trying to get black across to the next hoop. Maybe blue would have rejected if that was the case, but it's probably worth a try. So Jamie's taken a deep running position. One don't really know why, but I'm guessing it's because blue is a little bit onto one leg and there is a reasonable chance of a fault here.
Oh, wow.
But succeeds in getting the ball through. And restores the 2-point lead. Okay, so red is very short across to the next hoop. This is going to allow black to go to a better running position but deeper, and it does. Yellow is struggling a little, but it's going to get there, so that's a nice shot. Blue coming across and short, so that's not really affecting the play much. Okay, Jamie takes the clearance, putting black onto the back line just to make black shot at yellow a bit longer. So it's black at yellow to stop yellow from being the runner. And hits. So he's been shooting pretty well. Got Gary at the moment shooting at 4 from 4 over distance, and at the shorter distance 7 from 8. And Jamie's short clearing's actually been better than Gary's, but longer clearing has been worse. So while Gary thinks about where he's going to put blue, whether he's going to clear or block, with Jamie's shooting, Jamie is extremely good at 7 yards or below, and then there's a little bit of a right side dominance comes in, and as the distance on the shot gets a tiny bit longer, Jamie starts to hit off centre and then eventually gets to a distance where she misses to the left, which is what you would expect to see right-handers do. Okay, blue has decided that it will take yellow out to the boundary rather than leave it and try and block it. So once again, apologies for not having a camera person at the moment. More important things are being dealt with. So red's just taking a deep running position and leaving black with the same dilemma that blue had. Do I just block or do I clear red? This time Gary is electing to block. Gary never looks particularly happy, but doesn't look too unhappy with that. So I think he's got it. Excuse me. The yellow may have a double here of the black and hoop, and has got black and nearly went in off. Okay, blue's taken position, again trying to block red at the hoop, and has succeeded because Jamie is immediately pulling off the clip ready for a jump shot. So Jamie first attempted a jump shot in the game. Gary had one attempt earlier that failed. Lovely straight approach, and unfortunately has failed, hit the left hand upright and has vanished up near hoop 2. So black is now coming back in, is electing not to hit yellow, because hitting yellow would actually improve yellow's position on the court. So it's gone to a defensive position. Just over halfway to corner 4. And yellow will now take the runner blue out, and has done so in a way that's hit blue to the side of hoop 4, almost to the boundary, and put yellow in front of the hoop. I'll say hoop 4, of course we're contesting hoop 9. So yellow is on the boundary 7 yards from hoop 9 on a slight angle. And blue's just come immediately back into a running position. And red up near hoop 2 will come back down into the play. Because yellow's on the boundary and can't be hit, red should just take position, but it's actually going to be very short. So it's not good, it's a fail. And this allows black to double up at the hoop, or block yellow at hoop, or block yellow at blue, or maybe both. He's looking at a spot on the line where he can get a block on yellow, probably at both. So yellow's a boundary ball. So well, he's given up that idea and he's going to play in closer to blue, trying to get the block line there. Looks to have hit it quite a bit too far. Still a runner, but not achieving the goal of stopping yellow having a shot at blue or hoop. Okay, what's going on at the bottom line? We've got the ambulance has come back around for another go. Okay, yellow has taken the double of blue and hoop and gone through the middle of the two and vanished to the far end of the lawn. So that's a tricky one as to what we're going to call that. I'll say that's a missed clearance. Blue should have a relatively easy hoop and makes it. So that's 6-3 to Gary now. And blue's gone well up the lawn and past hoop 10, the right hand side, halfway to the boundary. So red's gone to a defensive position on the other side of the hoop to try and get some control over the area. And that's forced black to come up to a position in front of the hoop, which is probably 3 yards deeper than he would have ordinarily liked, but that's the place to be. And the offside yellow is going over to the far penalty point between hoops 1 and 2.
Why does she have to go? Because she was out of the house. See, what happens is, so if you hit yourself out of the house, if you don't hit one of these and it goes over the half line, where it's going in the next 2 weeks, you're out of bounds, see? So therefore, these put you out of bounds. He's not going to put her out.
Yellow's come back into a pretty good position from all the way over there.
It's the same this way.
And blue has taken position in front of the hoop. Red will probably clear blue, I would think. Yeah.
He's going to hospital with her.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, so just a bit of the news on lawn 2. I actually just watched this shot. So red's just, lawn 1, Jamie has just played red and cleared the running blue away. Fairly predictable, taking control. So the update on lawn 2 is that the ambulance people are going to check Chelsea out and take her off to hospital, and Jack will go with her, obviously. So the game is being pegged down to be potentially finished at some further point if things work out that way, or obviously abandoned if not required. Yeah, so back on lawn 1, Gary's just taken a very long distance shot at the hoop for the win in the game and has missed. This allows Jamie to bring the yellow in and try and generate some control. And has bounced off the left-hand leg, but to a pretty good position where it's a runner and probably wide from black. So not in the jaws, but pretty good all the same. It does give blue a random sort of in-off, but blue's not trying that. It's just going to come into sort of a half-running position. I don't think that was a very good place to put blue, because it's allowing red to now hit blue and deflect over towards hoop 11. And that's what it's done. Red has gently hit blue towards the boundary, up behind hoop 10, and deflected itself off more than halfway to hoop 11 to take a bit of control at that hoop. So that's a nice shot. So black, we don't think can see yellow, but he's taking the shot anyway. And has run the hoop from the back, missed yellow and vanished to the far end of the lawn behind hoop 9. So Jamie should take the hoop now whilst red is in a good position towards the next hoop, and does. So 6-4 to Gary. He's bringing blue straight into the front of hoop 11, but red is very close and is probably going to deal with that straight away. So perhaps he needed to put blue the other side of hoop 11 a bit further away and make red's shot a little more difficult and drag red away if it hits. Well, red has hit blue and nearly went in off. So red has complete control of the hoop even though it's not in front of it. Black coming in looks short, and is short by quite a bit. This will allow yellow to come in and double up at the hoop, and it does, and Jamie's got really good position there with yellow. So we've got a yellow runner, a black that's struggling to see yellow, and red's probably going to clear black before that anyway. And blue may or may not be able to see red, and is about 7.5 yards, 8 yards away. I think blue's got to really hit something here. But could choose not to hit red and just go straight for yellow and take the runner away. Another blue does hit red, so that's a nice shot. The blue has vanished into the distance, but black is, judging by his stance, open on yellow, so red will come back just to make it a 2v1, and has come back to a nice position, but a rough chance that black can hit yellow and take out red on the deflection. And it did that, but didn't move red very far. So it's cleared yellow to the boundary and just nicked red a little bit further away. Haven't clicked enough clicks here. Too many things at once. So yellow's come back to a good running position. Put a lot of pressure on blue having to hit something here. Gary often talks about hoop 11 being a hoop that he doesn't play particularly well, and hasn't really done too much wrong here except being short on an approach and allowing himself to be hit by red prior to that. Okay, so blue has hit red, and it's hit red to a position where it's a bit fouled up around hoop 2. Black appears to be stymied through the yellow at the hoop, so red can shoot at black, or it could ignore black and block. Red has shot at black and hit. A successful 7-yard shot, just, but black can now see yellow about a 6-yard shot back. And black does hit yellow. We'll have the yellow, I would imagine, just come straight back into the front of the hoop. The magpie come flying in, and it landed on the plastic fence, and obviously was surprised it was a plastic fence. It fell off. So yellow came back to running position. Blue is going to come back also as a runner, hoping not to get in the way of black's shot at yellow. which seems to have done successfully. And leaving red in a position now where it's got to think about how we're going to deal with black's having a 7-yard lead. Yellow has gone for a running position, hopefully to jag a block as well. And judging by Gary's body language, has pulled the block off from distance. That's an excellent shot. So Gary's giving this a lot of attention. He's not shooting the hoop, he's shooting at a ball. Has missed red and yellow and hit his own blue, and taken a bit of pressure off with both balls there, so that's a bit of a fail. So we've got yellow now attempting to make the hoop and has failed. So Jamie's hoop running has not been special. It's four successes and 8 fails. Okay, Blue's just gone back in front of the hoop here. Wasn't really much it could do. Couldn't see red, I don't think. So red is now deciding. Well, it's got a number of options. It's a good position, then clear blue with yellow. It can run the hoop, which is what is being attempted, and in fact what's happened. Red has run the hoop. So it's 6-5 to Gary, with blue in a very difficult position to get down to hoop 12. It's hidden. It's got the red ball and the peg between it and hoop 12. So black needed to be a really good shot, and it wasn't. It's gone a bit too far across the face. And yellow has come down just past the peg. It's actually a little bit short. Probably not an ideal shot. It's not a fail because you can see the hoop, but it's a lot further back than he would have liked. And blue has now responded by coming down tight to the hoop and going too far. So a little bit of pressure's crept into the game, and there's a few more failures happening. Red's taken a sort of a defensive hoop running position well back from the hoop, closer than yellow though. And this has made black come straight in front of the hoop, leaving yellow a double of black and hoop, which we're looking straight down the line of this shot at. And it appears from Jamie's action that yellow is hitting black, and does. So this will allow blue to sneak into a very tight position in front of the hoop and give red a difficult shot. And that's what he's done. So red now has to clear blue or jump blue, because a straight shot risks peeling blue through the hoop and losing the game. This is the 170th shot of the game, which is a little more than a normal game has. Most games around about 140 shots, so 70 shots each. Which, when you think about it, is you play 6 games in a day. That's 420 shots. That's just a lot of hitting of balls. We actually expend a lot of energy and spend a lot of time doing stuff in a game of golf croquet. We probably need to be fitter than what we all are. Okay, red's gone on blue and missed. Clattered off the right hand upright and bounced away to nowhere useful. So blue is looking relatively safe. Yellow may not have much of blue. Blacks come in as insurance. So yellow needs to hit blue or game will probably be over. And yellow does hit blue on the inside edge and has vanished up by hoop 2 again. But it has probably done enough to buy a little bit of time. So we'll call that a success. The blue now we would think will just double up. And does. So red here has about a 2.5, 3 yarder at either black or blue. Can't clear both. If it takes out blue, black will shoot the hoop from about 2 yards. If it takes out black, which is more likely, it needs to hang around in here and then hope that yellow can pick up the long distance shot, but red has missed black. Okay, so black looks like it's going to take on the hoop now for the game, even though blue is in a better running position and has failed, but failed to a position where it's right in front of the hoop about 6 inches out. So yellow is coming in from 16 yards on an angle, trying to get it in off, has missed. Now blue can't make though because black's in the way, so it could try to peel black, but that could end in disaster. So it's trying to block now the red shot at black. And it seems to have done that. So red is shooting at black from almost corner 3. So what we're looking at there, about 22 yards shot, something like that. And the lawn's got it and taken it away, and it's not going to hit. And black's tapped through for the win. Five, 7-5. Yep. Okay, so we'll have a break. I'll leave the microphone live. That's always a dangerous thing to do.
Should we? Are you still talking? Are you still on?
I am still live, Patsy, but we can talk as long as you're not going to say something controversial.
Oh, I probably would.
Like the tanks are amassing at the moment and Tasmania's invading the mainland? No?
Just that Jack has chosen to play on.
Oh,
The
okay.
game will go
Well,
ahead,
that's a very brave thing to do.
yeah.
Okay, so apparently they're going to not peg down the game on the lawn too. Jack has chosen that he will play on. So they're going to continue the game down there after an extremely long delay whilst Chelsea was attended by the ambulance. So one can assume from that that Chelsea is not in a particularly bad way, that she must be just in need of some TLC and some hydration and
Some sugar. It was a low.
oh, sugar.
high
Okay, so it's
protein.
so it's a sugar issue apparently. So Patsy's the person. If you want to know anything that's going on, Patsy's the person to ask. Apparently, you know, so
If I don't know it, I make it up.
that's right. Yes, there you go. You heard it from the horse's mouth there. If she doesn't know it, she makes it up. So I don't know why people say croquet is not exciting, because there's lots of stuff going on here. So whilst they're checking hoops, getting themselves organised for the next match, unpegging down a game. I'm going to do a quick little bit of maths, and you'll probably hear a lot of background noise.
Getting out of this. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Peter.
Now, Gary will be around today just for a while.
Yeah.
Some photography.
Fantastic.
So let's look for the yellow cat.
And then we're just going to stand. Yeah.
And I told him to do
Sorry about that.
the ambulance.
No idea what it is.
We want good at
Patsy said if she doesn't know, she just makes it up. She said it was.
Don't say anything. Just get. She's going through the hospital investigation.
Yes. There you go. We've got a live microphone here. I didn't say what I just said. Oh, you turned. Oh, that's okay. Oh. Okay. Good. Well, I hope that all went out then.
So that one there. Oh shit.
A 6-hour flight.
4.5 technically, but you sat on the tarmac for a little while. I thought we were driving to Queensland at one stage. But no, the flight was okay, but I got a bus from Brisbane to here, and I think I had every sick person in Queensland on that bus, including the driver. It was horrible. No, this is up there. So red went there, black went there, yellow went there, blue went there. Okay, so we're into game 2. Early exchanges of Hoop 1. Got red was a runner, but it's been blocked by blue. Black is a runner as well. Yellow is out of the picture currently after having cleared and skimmed off.
Not bad.
So we're not 100% sure what happened at the end of the previous game, whether you heard all the commentary or not, because we don't know when we turned the microphone off. Maybe I talked for ages and to nobody. But anyway, we had a bit of an emergency on the other lawn, and that's now been dealt with as best as possible. I think I've missed 2 shots here somewhere. So there must have been a clearance and another clearance.
There's red block.
So red is blocked on the hoop by black. Just catching up with the maths here while I figure out. I've got Addison's now sitting next to me giving me special comments, which is handy. So I'm a bit out of kilter here. I missed that. So black came back. That was shot 9. This is shot. That was shot 10. This is shot 11. So that's a miss.
So potentially seeing jump
2, 3,
red.
6, 9, 10, 11.
Blocks.
Okay, we're back on track. All right. Yeah. So blue will now endeavour to make the hoop. Black's not obscured from getting down to hoop 2, so it's worth taking this on. And does. Well up the lawn past hoop 2 and out to the boundary. Very Egyptian. Okay, red's gone up, taken a wide position in front of the hoop. It's not really a runner, but it could jaws and can certainly control the area. I'm not overly thrilled with where it is. Probably red is probably not either, because I would have liked to have come in closer and been wide from blue. Black has come up to a nice position in front of the hoop where it'll almost certainly get hit by red, but red has to hit it. Yellow may have given itself a tricky position for red to hit black now. And blue has come in also attempting to get into the mix for the block, and I think, judging by Jamie's lining up, I think that there might be a gap there. Got two of them again. So it's the third time in 2 games that Jamie's managed to move 2 balls into 1 shot. So black needs to impact the play here somehow. And has missed. Gone through the gap, I think. Your young eyes agree with that?
Yeah.
Yep. So yellow's taken on the hoop and has got a lot of spin off the leg and bounced back
There's still
to a reasonable-ish position.
Would you like a mallet?
Blue will clear red and has. So blue's kicked off a little bit, but not too bad. Red will come back into position. Try to get a 2-runners happening, and has, which is nice. Leave black probably to hit yellow, and then blue to hit red, and so on and so forth. So this is just on the 7-yard shot, and has missed that one, which has been a bit uncharacteristic after the last game.
goes down the hood.
So we have.
I wonder, did they see where it went? It's gone down halfway down.
Yellow has jaws. And blue is going to attempt a jump shot from, what's that, 3.5 yards on a 40-degree angle. Oh, got it in there and it just spat out. This blue had, when it bounced out, oh, this is quite interesting, where it bounced out to, had allowed red to play on to blue and skim off live to hoop 3. Unfortunately, red has gone way past hoop 3 and it's almost stopped on top of where black is. So black now, in theory, could hit red away and get himself across to the front of hoop 3, which would, you would think, prompt yellow not to make hoop 2, and then run the risk of blue hitting yellow out. So what we might see is black skim off the back of red here to the front of hoop 3, then we might see yellow actually play backwards a little bit out of the hoop so blue can't hit it out.
It's like it's playing a croquet stroke.
Well, they may be touching, we can't tell from this distance, but referee's having a good look. So in the end, Black's decided that the angle was too severe and the chance of a fault perhaps was too much, and has just done a little stymie behind the red. So we'll call that a block. So red is just having a look at the line into the hoop 3 area. Whether if yellow runs the hoop, blue then gets good position at 3, whether it's likely that red will be able to do something about that or not. Obviously some sort of decision's been made. having a bit of a chat now about exactly what's happening. And I think they were probably asking whether black actually touched red over there or not, whether black is offside and red's not. And I think by the look of it that is the case. Black didn't actually touch red when it did its little stymie, and that is going to be offside. So yellow's just run the hoop. 1-1. Need your young eyes there, Addison. That looks like it's off to the side to me.
It doesn't look like
So blue is not a successful shot across. It's not in front of the hoop. It's controlling the area, but it's not in front of the hoop. And black was offside and is being sent away. So red's just coming into a deeper, more defensive hoop running position. And black, having been sent to the far penalty point, is going to have to come in from a very, very long way. I don't think we'll see anything super clever like an attempt to bump blue up, because I don't think this lawn is flat enough for that.
No, it's not, especially that corner. That corner is probably the worst. You'll have a right to left curve.
Right. And that appears to have affected the black as well, and that's not got to position either. So yellow's coming in deeper. And by coming back deeper, you open up more of a wedge towards the hoop. So yellow is a runner, so is red, blue and black are not. Blue is going to clear red, and has nicely sent a ball down. Got blue to the boundary, I think, this time.
Yeah, that's what
Maybe. No, he doesn't look like he's not looking happy, so maybe he didn't get blue to the boundary again.
It's too good of a shot.
Yep. So he successfully stopped red from running the hoop, but he's given red a fairly easy clearance on blue with a potential wick off towards the hoop. So it's almost like blue missed. So black's going to change tack this time and not clear anything. It's just going to sit in close and hope to stymie yellow at the hoop. And yellow is going to play the triangle again, just come into a running position and let red do the clearing on black. Beyond 6-8. 18. One behind. Okay, well blue has managed to sneak in between yellow and black and almost blocked red's shot at black.
Might see
I think red can see black, but not all of it, and if it hits, it's going to shank black back towards the hoop and hit blue. So there was enough of a block there. So that's interesting. So black's having a look at clearing yellow, but now it's the sort of, I don't think black's got enough backswing to make the hoop here, so he's just going to turn around and clear yellow. And does that successfully. And yellow is returning the favour. Has gone past the hoop where blue can possibly stick into a wide spot, but still, initial problem solved. Blue has gone awful close to getting the wiring, but the way he's walking around, swinging his arms and looking disgusted, would suggest that he's got a runner but no block, no wiring. So red's all the way down here near hoop 1. It's going to come flying back up at the blue in front of hoop 3. And just misses.
I don't know how much that curve will affected that shot.
Yeah, it looked like it curved left. So if yellow can just see blue, there's a merit here in black taking position by aiming at blue and possibly just being a runner, but maybe bunting blue that little bit extra it needs to pull off the wire. But no, it's just safely gone a bit further back. And yellow attempted the skinny shot at blue and it's hit the back of the hoop and bounced away. So, blue attempting to make the hoop and does. It's a 2-1 lead. Blue all came pretty well down to 4, and red's actually short. It's not great, but he's on a long hoop where if something happens nice with yellow, that red is a very, very long runner. Black was had to come around the hoop to get down and has gone wide. And yellow is again also short. So they're not horrible positions, but they're not really impacting the play. And this allows blue to have a bit of a free ping at the hoop. Which he's missed. So it should be 48. Okay, so red now has the same scenario, just a slight bit further back. Jamie took on a lot of these in game 1 and didn't get very many. Tended to hit the legs and bounce away, and that one's done the same, but got a friendly bounce and came back almost into the jaws. Problem for red, of course, is that black could clear it, blue could clear it. Blue doesn't have all of red, I would think, and black does. You think that's in off? I don't think that's in off.
We'll find out.
Well. So black has managed to get the red out, but didn't go off. And this gives yellow another long-ish ping at the hoop, so the third one out of 4 balls. And that one's made it. Oh, I do like a nice piece of synchronicity, and we've got blue, yellow, running the hoops so far. I wonder if that'll keep going. No, nothing like that. Alright, so Gary's taken position 2.5, 3 yards back from hoop 5, but in running position. So yellow on the boundary down behind 4. We'll probably see red come in and yellow take a shot. Red looks a bit long and has drifted past. Probably not ideal. This allows black to come in and join blue, which it has. And the magpie has done a much better job of landing on the fence this time than it did last time. It fell off last time, but this time it's nailed the landing. Jamie's shot from about 8 yards, 9 yards has missed. So Gary is now going to clear red and hope to, well, he got centre ball. I think he was probably going to try and wick off a little bit up towards the peg because black's a runner at 5, but he centre balled it. Does the trick. Yellow was 55, that was 56. Okay, so we've got red now needing to hit black from the boundary, so we're looking at a 14 and change distance shot. So nice line, but it's missed.
Bank structures. There you go on anyway.
So black can run the hoop, one would think, but it could also choose to jaws here because there's no other ball in sight from the opposition, and it would give them a strong position to get the up and down. It's always good to have practiced these up and downs so you don't have to worry about things like jawsing. But you don't want to overpower and bounce out like that or stagger through where you can't get a shot away to hoop 6. Still, the hoop was failed, but it hasn't bounced back to a horrible position. It's still a runner. So we've got another massive shot for Jamie here with yellow. And this one's missed to the other side. Shows a little bit of movement around with the balls on this lawn, so perhaps Addison, you need to aim where the ball isn't if you want to hit it.
Depends how hard you hit. You're hitting at a speed where the curvature of the lawn really doesn't affect the shot, and you have to hit pretty hard for that to happen on these lawns.
Yeah. So hit them hard. All right. So blue's taken secondary runner position, maybe a block on yellow, which is superfluous because yellow's not going to be doing anything to black anyway. Red's coming in from the shrubbery over by corner 4. Just nicked past, oh great shot, just nicked past hoop 4 and has taken out the black. It's a great shot. So black will come back in, second runner.
How you doing? How are you? Good to see you.
You got your drone on now?
So
Yep. It's just Marty.
Yes.
I can drone for hours.
How are you, Marty?
All right. So second runner in with black. Again, maybe trying to get a block as well. Didn't get the block.
You gotta get some footage.
I did yesterday.
Yellow's coming in and has missed everything.
So what did you pull out?
Thanks, give me shit up, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
It's just
Know that feeling. Alright, so Gary's having another look at the hoop here, this time with blue. And has bounced back again.
Whatever you're doing.
So, again, possibly just powering them up just a little bit too much for the up and down from 5 to 6 instead of making the hoop.
I was thinking, I need to get some footage. DFC nullets into some of the videos I did. There's a lot of people out there looking.
So we've got red taking a shortish clearance on black and has missed. What are you smirking about? Okay, black's just creeping in closer. Probably wide from yellow, which is way up near hoop 2.
Red potentially has a double on the hoop and black.
Because the yellow's coming in pace off. And has just nibbled the blue a little bit. I suspect it's just going to get hit. But I might get in a position where he can't skim off to 6 because the yellow might crash into black then. So he's opting to stymie the yellow. It's probably a good idea.
He's shooting hoop or black in the shot line.
Oh, well, it depends what you can see, Addison. You have to be able to get behind red to see what it can actually see. It looks all to me like red can't see the hoop because black's in the way, so I think you're hitting black. Or you could do that, which is interesting. So red has just nicked yellow, hasn't unstymied itself, and has gone offside up behind to the second corner. And black runs the hoop.
First coloured for all sides, blue or yellow.
Yeah, it's breaking my coloured sequence. I'm not happy. And that's also the 70th shot that I haven't clicked away. Okay, so black's up by the peg after restoring the lead, 3-2. Yellow is stymied, has no backswing because of blue. Red is offside. So yellow is going to keep the stymie going. Gary's picked the red up for Jamie and rolled it over. So we might see a little bit of a stymie battle go on here. We might see blue keep the stymie going. Maybe not. It's probably good to keep the stymie going if you're in front, and Gary is in front. Yep, so he's just straightening it up. So this is going to make it kind of a battle between red and black, while the other two balls just continue to stymie. Then maybe they'll start even deeming each other. Red's come in and it's failed. It's gone off to one side. So this allows black to go up, potentially wiring from red, and makes this stymie battle more likely to happen. So it looks like we have both deemed.
It's me.
That should catch out the spectators if that's what's happened. No, maybe not. Haven't done it yet.
The shop as a day for another 12 or 11 days.
Yeah, nearly. I'm not on duty today.
You're not?
No, I'm not on duty. Marty, Gwen,
Hello, Gwen.
how are you?
I'm okay. Thank you.
Did you want that program?
Yes, thank you. That'd be lovely.
Okay. I can give it to you. I didn't put it in the car.
That's okay. So we are just gently tapping yellow to keep the stymie going here. Yep, blue's doing the same.
Did you see those two photos?
So red is now having a bit of a think. Or maybe he doesn't realise that blue's actually played. Yeah, hasn't realised that blue's played. So can't really just stick red in front and let yourself get hit by black. So you either got to keep the wiring go or sit further out, try to draw black away. Which is what we've done. Yeah, I think black's going to have a speculative attempt at the hoop because it might as well. Probably don't want to jaws this. You probably want to hit. You want to make the hoop or bounce out. Yeah, bounced out. So red's now controlling that hoop up there, so I think we'll probably see stymie or deem here. It looks like Jamie has deemed. And Gary's considering breaking the stymie now. I'm not sure now is the time to break the stymie, but anyway, that's what we've done. So red will clear black here, hopefully centre balling or some sort of a stop shot to keep position, and it does. Oops, no side. And black may come back wide, I would think. Oh, it's making a target of itself. No, it's just not getting anywhere. Yellow's coming up the wide side. Possibly a little bit too far. Although that may have been planned that maybe red's going to run the hoop and then yellow might have a rough chance of a promotion to the next hoop. Beautiful. So blue is now coming up. Either two position or it's going to hit red. He's taking his time on the aim, so he's doing something. He's either trying to run the hoop or hit red. Looks like hoop and missed. So red now trying to run the hoop, and with a little bit of luck might catch enough wire to pull up and give a chance for yellow to promote it next time, but no. Too much pace off that time and bounced out. So black can clear red. I don't think there's an in off here. No. And presumably yellow will now just clear black and with some sort of a stop shot and just control the area. Yep.
All over. No shouting. Up. 475.
Wide angle.
So blue back to a defensive position. Across the hoop. Red's just going to come in anyway. Should be 89. So red successfully came in. Black's gone a bit too far, so yellow looks like it's clearing something here. It's taking, well, tried to clear blue and it's nicked blue closer to red. It's a bit unfortunate.
It was aiming for the correct side though, so if it would have...
Yeah, to get a deflection across the 7.
Yeah.
Oh. What did I do? Oh, sorry. Got distracted there and missed that. So blue took care of red.
No, you're fine.
I'm saving all the good playing in case I've got to play Marty at some time.
Oh,
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Just keep going, mate. Who are you playing now?
I've got to play Jeff.
Nice position there by Jamie.
Are they playing through?
Sorry.
Are they playing through?
No, they had a big break because his wife collapsed and
But probably easy clearance here. Black will just do what Jamie did earlier and control the area by stopping red out. Well, didn't really stop it, but good enough. Nice shot in with yellow, back to position. Now, Gary might take this out, or he might ignore it and take it with black. Yep.
Not sure.
Well, it's not short, but it's blocked yellow at hoop, but it's made it tricky for black to hit yellow away without taking blue out. Got a red coming in.
I mean, you could potentially play a cut offside and
Yeah.
deflect off to 7 as well. Which probably wants to get out of the shot.
So black is now looking to clear yellow, catch the side of it so it doesn't move blue as well. Oh, that was from the hoop. There you go. Well, what do we know? Okay, so black could obviously see the hoop and round it.
It's more expensive than we thought.
Yes. So yellow has gone over to 7, taken a nice position. Blue looks to be short.
We've got the triangle.
We've got reds come into a wider running position. So it's not really a triangle in that situation though. Anyway, black's taken the shot and missed. So it's just on the 7 yards. My maths is going to be haywire here. I think I've missed a few clicks. So black missed, yellow is a runner and it's going to take on the hoop. And has failed that hoop. So Gary has run the hoop from a slight angle and got really good distance to a great spot in front of the next hoop.
With this situation, would you be sending 2 balls at that?
It's always personal preference, isn't it? You know, if you feel you need to hit, you take 2 shots. If you think you need a runner and then hit with the next one to win the hoop quickly, then you do this. Probably at 5-2 down, you probably want to start winning some hoops. So I don't have a problem with that. So everybody's taken pretty good position. Yellow's having a go at the hoop and rush. Oh, there you go. Okay, so blue's come across a little short. Red going to the fairly standard runner but deeper position where you're only going to get hit to the back line. I think that'll bring black in again. It looks like it's going at blue for the bunt and got it. And that's a nice shot. Nice shot. It makes it a bit more important for yellow to hit something, preferably blue. And it doesn't. Okay, so we have blue now looking at relatively short hoop for a 6-3 lead, having won game 1. Yeah, round that one with plenty of oomph, all well low, and bounces off the next one, nearly 2-1.
So this one's a right to left this area.
Okay, so, oh, yes, certainly did curve right to left, so, and it's taken a nice position. Suspect that blue will be trying to hit it, probably will, so black will be a runner as well. And it's also done the same curve. Whoa,
Yeah, it gets
a
worse
lot of
as you
curve.
get closer- As you get closer to the hoop and there's more to slow down, it gets worse. So you really want to aim right.
Okay, so not there then. So yellow's crashed into the back of red, just bunted red a little bit closer. It's not a disaster by any means, but you would think that blue will still attempt to hit red here. And blue does hit red. Oh, we're getting a lot of action on these hoops here, bouncing off everything. So it's cleared red to front of 11 and bounced off hoop 12 down to the boundary in front of us. Certainly succeeded in what was needed, but red has a shorter shot back than he would have liked at black. And missed. Right, so it's a bit of a heavy angle for the shot with black, but it does win the game and the match. And spectators taking a photo of it, so they're obviously impressed. Got it, and that's that. So it's a 7-3 win there, and takes the match in 2 games. So we can have a bit of a break now, get something to eat, something to drink.